Good evening.
Good evening.
We had tonight a significant meeting with President Aliyev and Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan. It was the occasion to have a frank and open dialogue on the current situation in the region. The EU is committed. We want to play a positive, a useful role for more stability, for more security, for more prosperity in this region. We also want to support the humanitarian gestures that are needed, also in order to strengthen the confidence-building measures on both sides. We are also ready to support all the positive efforts together with other actors. We have always supported the Minsk group, and we support all the efforts that are made in order to make progress for more stability, more security. Together, we have demonstrated that direct talks are useful and are needed, even on difficult topics. Of course, there are difficult questions, there are difficult topics, but the first step, the first condition, if we want to make progress, is certainly to have the occasion to listen to each other, to understand very well what are the different opinions, what are the different views, to clarify sometimes the different arguments. I sincerely hope and I'm convinced that this meeting was extremely useful, and I'm confident that it will be possible in the short term, in the mid-term, to maintain this level of direct contact between those countries. But also, I would like to reiterate the readiness and the commitment of the EU to play his role, to play his part together with other partners, because we have a clear vision, we have clear goals. We hope that it will be possible to have more stability, more prosperity, and more security in the region. And finally, we'll have tomorrow this Eastern Partnership Summit. We intend to propose a huge financial package of investment, and we hope that it could be also a leverage in order to enhance the cooperation among the countries of this region.
Nothing to unblock any roads, any corridors, any real steps of connectivity? Were there any unblocking?
You know that the last months I spoke on a very regular basis with both leaders by phone, but also I decided to travel to Yerevan and to Baku. I had one-to-one meeting with the leaders, and I understand, I know that the connectivity, the communication, this is a priority. And of course, it's important to make sure that there is a level of trust, that we clarify what are the different positions. But to be very clear, on the railways, for example, an agreement was made tonight, because this was very clear that they have a common understanding on what is needed in order to reopen those communication lines. On the highways, this is also an important topic. We have identified what are the questions that we need to work on in the short term, in the mid-term, in order to make progress. And I'm confident. I'm really confident because even if some questions are difficult, this is not a secret, I'm confident because I think that this very long meeting, 4 hours and a half, it was a very good occasion in order to make sure that there is a mutual understanding. It doesn't mean that we agree on everything, but this means that there is a common political will to make the effort in order to have a better understanding and to see how we can strengthen the level of cooperation, and also how we can try to address the different challenges we are facing.
The meeting started with a tension because President Aliyev talked about the Zangezur corridor comparing with the Lachin one. Was this topic brought in talks, and what was the...
This is always important to speak directly, because if we take into account the statements that are made through the press, of course it's important, this is the rhetoric, but it's very important to speak directly. And I'm convinced that the added value of such a meeting in person is huge. This is big, and I'm convinced after the meeting in person in Sochi, for example, this meeting today, I'm convinced will give the occasion in the near future to have other direct contacts between both leaders, which is very useful. And you know that a few weeks ago we succeeded, being very humble, to play a positive role in order to make possible a direct line at the level of the Ministers of Defense in order to try to prevent possible incidents or to manage incidents if there would be some difficulties and in order to avoid further escalation. And those direct contacts at the level of the leaders, this is very important, I think, in order to maximize the chance for more stability and more security.
In Azerbaijani press, there is a circulation about the news that you left both leaders alone for a moment. Was it true?
This is true, indeed.
Was it intentionally from your part?
Yeah, this is true because I thought it was important for me to help, to support, to encourage. But it was also very important for them to have this occasion to speak directly.
Agreement on sort of mutual customs checks, for example, because that's one of the things that was mentioned.
For the question of the railways, there is an agreement on the principle of reciprocity with borders and customs control. This for the railway, and we discussed in depth the topic highways and the question of those infrastructures that are needed in order to improve the connectivity. And I understand that they have clarified the topics that we need to work on in the next weeks and months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.